episode of the Knits for the Soul podcast. My name is Claudia and I'm the host of this podcast. I live in central Germany with my son and our dog, and it's a very cold but sunny day today. I am on vacation and yeah, well, let's try to film a podcast after ages not being on here. So I'm not really counting the mystery knit along videos. Okay. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for the thumbs ups of the last video. I actually found an old comment on a previous video, but I didn't see that on time, so I'm sorry. Somehow my YouTube app is not notifying me of new comments or any activity, though it's enabled actually. Maybe I need to uninstall it, I don't know. Anyway, so this is a knitting podcast. I have a couple of finished objects for you. I have works in progress for you. I have acquisitions. And yeah, let's dive in. First, what do I do first? First, I'm showing you the project I finished last night. If you follow me on Instagram, I have the same name there, Knits for the Soul. You probably see that guy already. This is an octopus. He lives on an umbrella. And this is a pattern by Jane of Teacup Fairy, yeah. Let me just open this guy up. Of course I can unplug him from the umbrella, from the parasol, but yeah, so this is where he's supposed to live when we're going to our steampunk events. So for this season there is only one for us left next weekend. So I wanted to finish him. I will attach his tentacles to the, how to say that, the poles, the umbrella wires things. So he's a bit more secure in it. There he is. It's blowing out quite a bit. So he's black, actually, as is the parasol. But it's very, very sunny, though it's almost 5 p.m. here. So yeah, for this octopus, which pattern is free on Ravelry, I've knitted him before in the in the normal size that is given by the pattern, and this one I made bigger by knitting 3 strands together. All strands are DK weight and I used a 6mm needle. So this octopus is actually, the body or the head is knit flat and you seam it in the end, but it's not very visible. Then you have a lot of increases around here. You put all the stitches on hold and then you take 4 and cast on another 4. I cast on 5 for each tentacle, so I started out with 9 stitches instead of 8. And as the original is way smaller, I had to adapt to get a proper length. So I've knit the first segment for 20 rounds and then each segment after each decrease for 10 rounds each, until I had just 2 stitches left, bound off by decreasing them and pulling the yarn through. And this is approximately 45 to 50 centimeters. And yeah, so I did that 8 times, obviously. And the last thing you do is closing where actually the mouth or the beak would be inside there. And I did not pull the yarn through, but I bound off the last 10 stitches or so. So there would be a hole I could use for the umbrella to stick in. So yeah, that is my octopus. He's also big enough to wear on a shoulder. I would like to do that as well. I ordered a cool new jacket for my outfit, and I think the smaller octopus lives on a leather armor I have on my shoulder, and yeah, so I can also envision this one crawling around my neck as well. Yeah. Anyway, so this is my first, or actually the latest of my finished objects. The other finished objects I have for you are all socks. I've knitted a lot of socks and all kinds of other projects as well. So I think I have no idea how many whips I actually have on the needle at the moment, but there are a lot. So the most important one is the current West Knits knit along, mystery knit along, of course. I'm not showing that here again because there's a separate video of that. Yeah, but I did knit a couple of socks during summer and knit on shawls here and there. The half and half triangles shawl, for example. I'm not showing that again because it's just garter and I'm not very far still. I've knit on my block by block blanket by West Knits as well, but it's also very slow going, and it's nothing I want to finish very soon, or yeah. So where was I? Oh yeah, the socks. So I finished the first sock tube I got in 2021 from my friend Stefan. And the last tube was a Stellina hand-dyed yarn I got in a swap. This is a yarn by Sandra Kraftfulness, and I used, what did I use? I think there are some hedgehog fibers, some Walk Collection, and some Mondschaf leftovers I used for the my gosh for the toe, for the calf, and for the heel. Okay, I need to podcast more, so I'm not unlearning everything. So here is, okay, so very close to the camera today, it seems. So it's really nice how this is pulling. So this is a 1x1 rip that was done on the sock knitting machine, and just counted the rows, cut, and then added toes. This is better. So this is Mondschaf and this is Mondschaf, which is, I think, just a merino. It's not a sock yarn, but it's 4-ply or fingering weight. This is, I think, a Hedgehog Fibers mini or a Walk Collection mini. I think it's a Walk Collection mini. And here's the other sock. And yeah, so it wasn't enough, of course, so I had to just use a bit of other leftovers, but that's okay. I don't mind. That was the last pair of that sock tube, and a 2-year project is now finished, which I'm very happy about. So, and now that you've seen them, I can wear them. And I think I've said that the last time as well. Okay, so the next pair of socks is a, oh my gosh, I forgot which pattern this is. I will put it below. But this is an opal subscription yarn, and that was the color for December 2022. I adore this color. It's so beautiful. I would really, really love to have this in a sweater's quantity, to have this in the sweater. I mean, the repeats would be way smaller. I don't even know if it would look as great as here on a bigger scale. I don't know. But it's such a pretty accumulation of color. I love it. So I contacted Opal. If there's any chance of more of these December yarns being left over, I would buy them. I wasn't the only one inquiring that, but there weren't. But I saw on Instagram that a German knitter I'm following, she had a couple of skeins from a new line of Opal sock yarn that were actually part of last year's subscription, just with a new label. So that gives me hope, a lot of hope that this one, which obviously was, oh my gosh, the W's and the V's, which obviously was very popular. Yeah, so that they put this into a new line and then I can buy 500 grams. Yeah, okay. There is no such thing as a stash diet, is there? Or is there? Yeah. As you can see, so this is a 3x1 rib. I started toe up as I usually do. So this is knit by hand, not on a machine. I knit this by hand. And increasing the instep and then knitting the heel with the heel flap, yeah. And then just, I think I usually knit about 50 rows for a leg and then about 15 rows for a cuff. So if you look closely, this is a 2x2 cuff. Yeah, I do like a decrease bind off, so it's stretchy. You knit that, so you knit 2 knit stitches and then you slip them back on the left needle and then you knit them 2 together and then you knit 1 stitch and then you knit those 2 together. So this creates a stretchy bind off. Yeah, so this is the second pair. And then back in April, I started another pair of socks because I think the year before I saw on Instagram someone knitting rainbow socks. And it was a Lang Yarn Jawohl sock yarn. And I bought 2 50-gram skeins of that and never got around to cast it on because I was so unsure which kind of sock I would knit with it. So in April, I cast on a toe. And then I've knit 3 or 4 different kind of sock patterns solely in that rainbow yarn. And I didn't like it at all. And then, so Instagram is so inspiring. I saw someone knitting striped socks with some self-striping, yeah, I think, or some variegated yarn, and I don't think it was black stripes, but was it white? I'm not sure. But someone had striped socks, just normal socks, mid-calf probably. And I thought that is a great idea. So I unravel back to the last toe increase, grabbed some black sock yarn from my sock yarn stash and thought, I'm going to knit knee-highs. I've never knit knee-highs before. So what I did is I just knit the sock as I usually knit it, toe up, with the instep, with a heel flap, etc., etc. I had 3 rows of black yarn and 7 rows of the rainbow yarn, so just that I had a repeat of 10 rows. And then I looked up how I would increase on the leg for knee highs, and I found a free Regia knee high pattern. There are probably a lot of those out there, but they were top down, so I just yeah, reversed that order and knitted them toe up, leg up, and I had to adapt a bit for the last 3 increases on the top, but that's actually it. So yeah, so here are my rainbow knee highs, and they're so comfortable. I would never have thought that they would fit instantly, so I didn't try them on during knitting. I just held them to my leg and said, okay, I can keep knitting the rainbow. And they're actually really below the knee now. And I did a couple of decreases in a stockinette row after the last black stripe, and then I started the ribbing. And these are, I think, 20 rounds of 2x2 rib, and for each sock I just had, oh my gosh, I had this left and this left of the rainbow socks. So they're almost alike, not perfectly, because in the first sock sometimes I forgot that I had to change to the black yarn, and then sometimes I had 8 rows colored or 9 rows colored or just 6. So it's not perfect. The second sock is in that order of 3 by 7 is perfect. So, but if you look closely, I did not get the jogless stripes perfect each time. So sometimes you see that they are not blocked yet, so maybe I can block it out. But I'm really, so here you see it here. It's not jogless stripes. But I don't mind. It was so wonderful to get from one color to the other, and I'm not a fan of blue, so I thought I start this at the toe so it's hidden in the shoe. and I have those very happy colors. If the turquoise that is here would be actually the blue, that would be awesome. But yeah, so these are my knee highs. I might wear them this weekend to our last steampunk event. Let's see if they fit my outfit or not, don't know. Yeah, so I'm very happy with these and I can't wait to wear them. The night I finished them, I wore them for a couple of hours and was so cozy and so warm and so nice. I didn't want to take them off, but I still have ends to weave in, well, these and on the top. But apart from that, they are done, and it took quite long. I mean, the actual knitting was not that long, but I did all kinds of things in between, as usual. Yeah. Okay, so 3 pairs of socks, and my current project is the West Knits Knit Along, Mystery Knit Along, and just to break it up a bit, I have another pair of sock tube socks on the needles. So I got a smaller sock tube from Stefan last year, and I've knitted a couple of pairs already from that, and I think there are still 2 or 3 to go. And I chose these. So as you can see, I've knit 2 ribbings, 15 rows of 2x2 rib. I have no idea what kind of yarn this is, so he didn't give me a label. I don't think he remembers. This is a, well, the label is inside here. This is an opal yarn. Yeah, this is just an opal yarn. A beige opal yarn I got gifted from a friend. This is the color 5189, and I thought it fits quite nicely as a neutral color to this very pulling yarn. So it's this is 50 grams together, and these will be socks for my son, so he requested them for himself, and I will knit the toes now, and then I will check where I will put the heels. So they will probably be quite low, but he likes that, likes low or almost ankle socks. And yeah, because he's got bigger feet than me now, so for 1.5 years we had the same shoe size, which was funny. So he turned 12 this year, and now he's as tall as me, and I'm almost 180. Yeah, and he's now wearing shoe size European 42. So it's good I have these, because that would be very, very long sock to knit by hand. Yeah. So this is my, if I get bored with other stuff, or I'm, yeah, somewhere waiting or whatever, project to knit. Yeah. And then all the others I mentioned before, I'm not pulling them out yet. Again, I will do that when I have more progress on them. But it's October, it's MCAL time, so I'm going to knit the shawl by Stephen West. I'm in Clue 2. I've added my mohair there. I've also added some other features. And yeah, I hope I get most of that clue done before Thursday. It's Tuesday now. Okay. Acquisitions. If you don't like them, thank you for watching. If you like them, I had to check when I added them to my Ravelry stash, so I'm not showing you stuff twice, and I'm not sure, I haven't checked the previous video what I showed from my from our Berlin trip and all the places we went to. I have so much footage, and I have no idea if I'm going to put it in this video or extra videos, I don't know, or not at all. It's all the time editing, that's a lot. Anyway, my yarn, 3 yarn acquisitions I would like to show you. Jule from Wool and Twine, she's a German yarny, had a sale, and I went there and grabbed 3 plates of her non-superwash wool. Does this have a name? Yeah, the colorway is Mold. And this is a Coburger Fuchsschaf, a German Merino, and Bergschaf. So all local sheep breeds in this unspun yarn. I have the color Mold. I have another 3 plates from her, the same base in a gray, and I have another 3 by Rain Clouds and Sage, which is now discontinued, sadly. Yeah, so but when I saw these were, this awesome brown was still available when she had a sale, I grabbed 3 plates. Let's see, so it's such a lovely brown, it's so steampunky, so maybe I'm going to knit a shawl or something for my outfit. Yeah, and then my dear uncle brought me yarn when he went on a cruise to Norway, and he went on 2 actually this year, and he wanted to bring me 3 more skeins on the second one, but they didn't have that color in the yarn stores he went to. But anyway, I'm so happy he went out of his way and visited, I think, 3 or 4 yarn shops to get me this yarn and this color. So I have 3 skeins of Knitsforthesoul in the color 407. This is so pretty. This is so nice. I love all the yarns from Knitsforthesoul. I have several other yarn bases from them, and I do love the Ask. If you get your hands on the Ask, it's so awesome. I've knit 1 skein into a Stephen West shawl, and I love the color so much and the yarn so much that my friend Margaret brought me a sweaters quantity when she moved back to Germany. And my half and half triangles wrap is out of Solje, and I thought I really need to try the sole. So got this lovely, lovely old rose color. Yeah. So if I had 6 of those, oh, it fits my glove, I would have knitted a cardigan or a sweater, but maybe I somehow, until I get there, I somehow get my hands on another 3. Let's see. Yeah, so there. Oh, love them. Yeah, and then, sorry for the crinkling, I'm crinkling fast. Oh, there's more to crinkle. And then I indulged in a sock set by Molly from a homespun house and bought the Halloween at Hogwarts, a sock set. So if you ordered that and you haven't received yours yet, because you're living in America, for example, and it hasn't shipped there yet, I don't know how fast that goes, or you haven't unpacked it yet and you don't want to get spoiled, maybe you just, you know, so I'm going to show that now. Isn't it gorgeous? So these would be colors for my friend Anna. I think my friend Ulrike would love this too. Well, that as well. It's very, very Halloweeny. So this is, yeah, a 75-25. And very, very pretty. I think it was not last year, but was it already the year before when I purchased the Happy Birthday sock, Happy Birthday Harry sock from Molly? It's still in my stash because I have not dared to cast it on yet. It's so pretty, I like to look at it. And now that I just moved around my living room a bit, I can see all my stash. My wool stash and my sock yarn stash. so nice and I love to look at it and then imagine what I will do with this or that and whatever. That's why I have so many projects on the needles, and they're all slow going because I'm knitting on them here and there, and it takes forever. But how do you say that in English as well? So well, in German you say der Weg ist das Ziel, so that well, the journey is actually your goal. You know what I mean? Anyway, yeah, so that was it. My finished objects, my works in progress, and acquisitions. I have no idea if I have other acquisitions. Let me just think. I got a book. So gifted myself a book. When I saw that Judith Gumlich was about to publish an embroidery on knits book soonish, I went online and pre-ordered it. So on Instagram, her name is Kuniberta, her real name is Judith, and this book, it was published by Leine, and it is so gorgeous. Very, very pretty. I love every project in here, and I think about adding some on a store-bought cardigan first, because that needs some more prettiness. Yeah, and the cool thing is that Leine also gave the patterns in here digitally. So after I purchased this and it was delivered, I think a week later I got an email from Leine. Hey, here is a link for the patterns in there digitally. So that is really cool, because then you don't have to bend the book when you probably copy something out of it to transfer it or whatever. That is awesome. Yeah. So this is another acquisition, and I think that's it. And it's probably a bad thing that I don't really remember. What does it say about my consumerism? Well, at least it's books and yarn and, don't know, drugs also. I think there are always worse things than yarn. Okay, yeah, half an hour, that's a lot. Thank you for watching if you're still here. And yeah, the next video is probably my clue too. And until then, bye bye, happy knitting, and see you next time.